The truth about Iran. Well, if we're going to understand the issues of the Middle East, we have to quit blaming Israel alone for the problems that exist there. Now, currently, Israel is getting hammered by the left for this war. The left claims that Benjamin Netanyahu controls Donald Trump. They say that he and the Zionists are leading him around by the nose. They claim that Israel controls our U.S. Congress through AIPAC. Well, let me be clear on this one point. The United States is all on board with what Israel does. In fact, Israel is not doing anything alone. The United States and Israel move together. They are one and the same, regardless of whether people want to admit it or not. Israel does not lead the U.S. around by the nose. Our leaders don't need any convincing. Israel is part of the American empire. They are full-fledged members along with the British and the other Five Eyes countries. Israel is the American empire in the Middle East. I don't care what happy talk comes out of our leaders' mouths. Our leaders like to float this idea that, as it pertains to the current war with Iran, that Israel attacked first and the United States followed. Poppycock and balderdash. It was the American empire that moved in to attack Iran. This war is not about freeing the Iranian people from oppression, because the American empire couldn't give two flips whether people live under tyranny or not. How do we know this? Because the American empire for the past 70 years has propped up thugs around the globe in order to oppress people. The American empire did nothing while the Shah was torturing the people of Iran via his secret police force, Savak. The American empire did nothing for the people of Cuba under Batista. The American empire did nothing for the people of Nicaragua under Somoza. The American empire did nothing for the people of Haiti as U.S. corporations exploited and still do exploit to this day the people of Haiti for wages less than $5 a day. The American empire did nothing for the people of Indonesia as U.S. corporations again exploited the people for wages less than $8 a day. The American empire does not care. This war in Iran is about hegemony in the Middle East, but more importantly, global hegemony over the world. Over a century ago, the leaders in the West, in the United States and Great Britain, determined that oil was going to be the future. That's why we are all over the world. By controlling the energy source that drives the modern world, we can control the nations of the world. Yes, we have enough oil for ourselves, that's true, but our leaders want much more than this. Our leaders want global dominance. By controlling the oil in the Middle East and Venezuela, and of course the United States and Canada, we can control a significant portion of the world's oil, and thus put a chokehold on China and India anytime we want. We can also overproduce and greatly hinder the Russian economy, which is heavily dependent upon oil exports. Oil is the common currency of energy that makes our modern world possible. Whoever controls oil controls the modern world. The American empire desires to be in control. Our leaders are unequivocally uninterested in the Chinese, the Russians, the people in India, or anyone else controlling the world. They don't want a multipolar world, and our leaders do not want to share the world either. They made that abundantly clear when they assassinated John Kennedy, only 5 months after he made his speech at American University in June of 1963. Israel is America in the Middle East. They are a full-fledged partner, and they will work with us, and we will work with them to defeat Iran and gain control of the oil. Okay, you might ask, why not be friends with Iran and include them as partners as we did Israel? Two reasons. One, our leaders at the top, the old money, are bigots. They truly believe that the white race is supreme and therefore more qualified to rule. Number two, they love war. War makes them and the corporations they own rich. When they blow things up, they make money. When they rebuild those things after they blow them up, they make even more money. They make money both ways. It's a racket. They couldn't care less whether people die. Those people who die are collateral damage. And remember, the ruling elite fancy themselves as superior beings. You are just a peasant, a farmer, a campesino, a serf who exists to serve them on their plantation. Now, this is not cynicism, it's truth. You may be a good person, but you should never confuse your motives with those of our leaders. Our leaders don't give a damn about human rights. That's just the BS that they sell to the public. If our leaders had cared about human rights, they never would have installed the Shah in the first place. But of course, the Shah was just one of many thugs that the American empire has used around the globe. With regard to Iran, there are many experts who tell us that the United States will lose because we don't have a clear goal in mind with regard to Iran. I disagree. Our leaders, the real leaders, the ones you don't see or hear about, have a very clear idea of what they want. And their goal is to make money through war. War is the goal. They couldn't care less about defeating Iran. Not that they should. And they certainly don't care about the freedom of the Iranian people, who are free enough. War is the goal of our ruling elite. Our ruling elite make hundreds of billions of dollars. No, trillions of dollars off war. That's what they're after. Our ruling elite own the corporations which benefit off war. And as I have stated previously, when you fight a war in a foreign land, you need to build a city the size of Corpus Christi, Texas to do it. That city has to be built from scratch, from the asphalt on the roads to the lobster in the general's refrigerator. That is why corporate America loves war. Every corporation in America benefits off war. These leaders of corporate America are the ones who primarily fund the campaigns of the politicians. Our politicians are kept men. They're puppets controlled by the corporate elite, who also happen to be part of the ruling class. This ruling class controls the media, which can program the people into believing that we are liberating the Iranian people from tyranny. Since most Americans don't want to take the time to ask questions, look at alternative media, or read a few books, they will believe what mainstream media tells them. And so, as a result, you have everybody on board fighting this war of choice in Iran. You have the regular people on board, you have the politicians on board, and you have the ruling elite on board. But the goal of the ruling elite is not what they're telling the people. The people and the soldiers who come from the people believe that they are liberating the people of Iran from tyranny. The American people believe that this war will make Iranians' lives better. But if the United States succeeds, and it looks like it will, Iran will disintegrate into chaos and millions will die. We are already making their lives miserable by bombing out hospitals, schools, electrical plants, oil refining facilities, and such. The American people will not know this because they will be shielded from the truth by the ruling elite who control the media. The American people must not know the truth. The American people must at all costs be held under the opiate of media fantasy. The American people must always believe that we are the good guys and that the rest of the world is comprised of emotional barbarians who must be tamed and subjugated. And so this war will continue, and the ruling elite will continue to make massive amounts of money through war. And the American people will be unable to make the connection between their worsening lot in life and the continual wars that we fight overseas. They will be unable to understand that the inflation that they will suffer after this war will be related to the war and the printing up of that money to fight the war. They will be told instead that they are at fault. They will be told by the economists that growth of the economy is what's causing inflation. They will be told that the economy is overheating. They will never be told that the government printed up massive amounts of money in order to give to the corporations to fight the war. Americans must never know that our government engages in corporate welfare when we fight wars. Iran, of course, will not die. The ants will simply move underground, and then when the coast is clear, come up to occupy the country and rebuild. And the ruling elite of America will be okay with this. And that is because American corporations will rebuild Iran, and the ruling elite will again make money. And that's what it's all about. It's not about preserving democracy for the United States. It's not about giving regular people in Iran a Western lifestyle. It's about money. Now, incidentally, this isn't the first time we fought this war with Iran. Our ancestors, the Romans, fought the Persians for many, many centuries, with each side gaining ground and then losing it. The result was a stalemate that exhausted both empires. We owe it to ourselves to be smarter than that. Thank you.